How was your home life, your life at home?
Well, I was born into a Protestant home, a son of a quantity surveyor, and a nurse. Looking back at my childhood, I'd say I had a little talent for happiness.
So you were always unhappy. Why were you always unhappy?
I was unhappy as a boy, and I was very lonely.
Everybody else is gonna get this too. I ain't no saint. Therefore, I cannot dispute that everyone must meet their moment of truth.
Samuel Beckett's first play, yeeeeee, mirrors his own search for freedom, revolving around a young man's efforts to cut himself loose from his family and social obligations. His first real triumph, however, came on January 5th, 1953, when Waiting for God premiered at the theater at D. Babylon. In spite of some expectations to the contrary, the strange little play, which nothing really happens, becomes an instant success, running for 400 performances at the theater. Yeah. You guys all suck.
But don't get this on video, dude. We want them to think we're hella badass.
So you won a Nobel Prize for Literature?
Yes. Yes, in 1969 I gave most of the money away to the needy artists, you know.
Alright, that's pretty cool. And, alright, we can stop walking.
Beckett secured his position as Master Yeah, maybe I should have read it before. How do you say this? Dramatist? Dramatist?
Dramatist? Dramatist?
As a master dramatist on April 3rd, 1957, when his second masterpiece, Endgame, premiered in French at the Royal Court Theatre in London. Although English was his native language, all of Beckett's major works were originally written in French. A curious phenomenon, since Beckett's mother tongue was the accepted international language of the 20th century. Apparently, however, he wanted the discipline and economy of expression that an acquired language would force upon him.
Beckett's dramatic works do not rely on the traditional elements of drama. He trades in plot, characterization, and final solution, which had hitherto been the hallmarks of drama, for a series of concrete stage images. Language is useless, for he creates a mythical universe peopled by the lonely creatures who struggle vainly to express the inexpressible. His characters exist in a terrible, dreamlike vacuum, overcome by overwhelming sense of bewilderment and grief, grotesquely attempt some form of...
What up, Kurt?
Attempt some form of communication, then crawling on endlessly.
Beckett was the first of the absurdists to win international fame. His works have been translated into over 20 languages. In 1969, he was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature. He continued to write until his death in 1989. But the task grew more and more difficult with each work until, in the end, he said that each word seemed to him an unnecessary stain on silence and nothing.
Alright, so tell me how your writing career began.
Well, in 1928, I headed off to Paris, where I became friends with James Joyce, who was a provocative writer at the time. He inspired me to write more on my own, and when I was 24, I won my first literary prize, £10 for my poem that I called Horoscope. Soon after, I left Trinity College to go on a journey across Europe. On my journey, I made my way through Ireland, France, England, and Germany, all the while writing poems and stories and doing odd jobs just to get by. Whenever I passed through Paris, I'd stop by to visit Joyce, but the visits were often us sitting in silence, sadly.
That sounds like your life kind of sucked.
Yeah, my life pretty much sucked.
It also says here that you were stabbed?
Yes, when I was living in Paris around 1939, a man approached me and asked for money. He then stabbed me. He put me in a hospital, and I had a perforated lung. Yes, I had a perforated lung. Shit sucked.
Yeah, it probably sucked.
Nate.
There's the flowers. Hey, take a picture of that one.
If your dog shits little balls.
Hey, give me your money.
Alright, dude. I got. Oh shit! Oh! He stabbed me in the lung! Dude, this is the same guy!
Dude, how's your lung?
Dude, it's perforated as shit. Dude, this guy's a dick.